Today's Democrats should move on from identity politics. It's not working. It's not working for them or for us. Democrats are hemorrhaging the very voters they think they're pandering to. The Financial Times writes, Democrats are going backwards faster with voters of color than any other demographic, and suggests the reason is that a less racially divided America is an America where people vote more based on their beliefs than their identity. Exactly. Far-left liberals are living in an old paradigm. Americans don't fit into neat little boxes anymore.
Clip 1. Buckle up, guys. Today we're diving into a political reality check that's making serious waves. Democrats are facing a harsh truth: identity politics may not be working anymore. According to the Financial Times, the party is losing ground with voters of color faster than any other demographic. That's not a small crack. That's a structural shift. The assumption that people vote based purely on race or identity is collapsing. Voters are thinking independently now, and that changes everything.
Point, I want to get to something very important. How many know what SAM stands for? It's a new phrase. It stands for Speaking with American Men, SAM. This is the new movement by the Democratic Party. They lost the men vote a lot last time, so they had a meeting up at the Ritz-Carlton at Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco. I'm not making this up, where they served mini lobster rolls and had heirloom tomato carpaccio and seared sea bass in their conclave to decide how to win back the American man. Now, look.
It's because we used to have conferences at Harvard to figure out what the working class needs, and so now we're, we're moving west.
You got to own who you are. I get it. These are the mini lobster roll people.
All right, guys, Bill Maher isn't whispering anymore, he's sounding the alarm. On Real Time, he accused the DNC of drifting out of touch with everyday Americans. Even when Democrats gain momentum, leadership keeps leaning into messaging that feels disconnected from kitchen table realities. Mayor's message is simple: voters want results, not symbolic gestures. And if party elites don't recalibrate soon, that disconnect could grow into something they can't control.
They had this symposium, and we got a hold of what was, this is Speaking with American Men. This is a real thing that they're doing, and they have these seminars. Would you like to hear what was some of the, okay. These are ways that they want to, seminars that they had to try to win back the typical American male, like how to keep your liberal base while putting guns on your Christmas card. That was one that they wanted to. Best protein powder for a clean bulk, and other dude conversation starters. Bud Light etiquette: when to drink it, when to shoot it. Fishing, the bizarre hobby working class men enjoy instead of pickleball.
Now here's where it gets almost unbelievable. Democrats launched something called SAM, Speaking with American Men. They even held strategy sessions at the Ritz-Carlton in Half Moon Bay. Mini lobster rolls. Seared sea bass. Elite conferences discussing how to win back working class men. The optics alone tell a story. If you're trying to reconnect with men worried about bills and job security, luxury retreats might not be the strongest signal.
Only scene that you're obsessed with in Titanic. Hint, it has tits. Bruce Lee versus Bigfoot, mythical fight scenarios to man up your Joe Rogan appearance. Intersectionality and the importance of shutting the fuck up about it. And undouching your face, man beards from Ted Cruz to J.D. Vance.
Here's the real issue. Most men aren't sitting around debating protein powders or Bud Light etiquette. They're stressed about mortgages, inflation, job stability, and keeping their families safe. They want respect, not lectures. Many feel painted as toxic, clueless, or disposable. That perception builds resentment. And resentment turns into votes. If messaging doesn't reflect real-life pressure, it simply won't land.
And outdated racial pandering is one reason Democrats lose elections. When Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi put on kente cloth, I don't think it earned them one vote for their powerful emotional ties to Ghana. Here in California, we're now segregating kidnapping. Really. California doesn't just have Amber Alerts for missing children. We have Ebony Alerts for black children and Feather Alerts for Native American kids. What is that? We look for them by listening on the ground?
This isn't about macho culture or performative masculinity. It's about dignity. Men want to feel valued for providing, protecting, and contributing. They don't want applause, they just don't want to be mocked. When political messaging feels like a punchline at their expense, it creates distance. Maher's smirk during his monologue said it all. Disbelief that strategists still don't grasp this basic emotional truth.
Even if you like identity politics, this kind of thing is antiquated. From 2010 to 2020, the number of people identifying as multiracial in America went up 276%. 1 in 5 newlyweds now are in an interracial marriage, and that number goes up to 100% in ads for Subaru. You couldn't do a remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner today because almost 100% of Americans approve of interracial marriage, especially with rich in-laws. And 95% of white women would leave their husband to marry Idris Elba.
But it's not just men. Democrats also saw slippage among black and Latino voters. Not enough to flip the map entirely, but enough to trigger alarm bells. Trump made inroads where Democrats once felt secure. That's significant. Identity-based loyalty isn't automatic anymore. Economic pressure, safety concerns, and opportunity matter more than ever. Messaging that feels symbolic instead of practical loses power quickly.
Idris Elba, who says, as humans, we are obsessed with race, and that obsession can really hinder people's aspirations. Actress Raven-Symoné agrees. She told Oprah, "I'm tired of being labeled. I'm not an African American. I'm an American." She says, "I don't know what country in Africa I'm from. My roots are in Louisiana." And you don't have to agree with that. But it's a point of view a lot of people have. It should be respected. Morgan Freeman says the way to finish off racism is stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man, and I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. There's even a movement now to ban racial questions on the census, and many of its leaders are people of color, like Professor Sheena Mason, who says to undo racism, we have to undo our belief in race.
America itself is changing fast. Multiracial identification has surged. Interracial marriage is widely accepted. Cultural lines are blurring. The idea that communities vote as monolithic blocks feels outdated. Voters are more fluid, more independent, and less predictable. They don't fit into neat categories anymore, and they don't like being told they should.
Liberal group MoveOn.org, formed in 1998 to urge Republicans to move on from the Clinton impeachment. Today's Democrats should move on from identity politics. It's not working. It's not working for them or for us. Democrats are hemorrhaging the very voters they think they're pandering to. The Financial Times writes, Democrats are going backwards faster with voters of color than any other demographic, and suggests the reason is that a less racially divided America is an America where people vote more based on their beliefs than their identity. Exactly. Far-left liberals are living in an old paradigm. Americans don't fit into neat little boxes anymore.
Even public figures are questioning racial labels. Idris Elba has spoken about humanity beyond race. Raven-Symoné once said she prefers being called American rather than African American. Morgan Freeman argued that ending racism starts with stopping the constant labeling. Whether people agree or not, the point is clear. More Americans are rejecting rigid identity framing in public life.
America now, you're allowed to be many things all at once, and that's a good thing, even when it's really stupid. Look, we're all Jelly Roll now. We're sloppy, complicated, and contradictory. 2/3 of Republican voters support weed legalization. And 41% of Democrats own or live with someone who owns a gun. Miss Marvel is Pakistani, and the winner of the last 2 NBA dunk contests is white.
Voters are asking tougher questions now. Does identity-focused messaging actually improve my life? Does it lower costs? Increase safety? Create opportunity? Emotional appeals alone aren't enough. People want measurable results. Loyalty has to be earned, not assumed. And when expectations aren't met, voters don't complain quietly, they make adjustments at the ballot box.
Still building your politics around slicing and dicing people into these fixed categories? Democrats need to get the memo that you can't win elections anymore by automatically assuming you're going to get every voter who's not these guys. The more you obsess over identity, the more you ignore the bread and butter issues that win and lose elections. The real issue is class, not race, and the real gap is the diploma divide, and the real future of the party and maybe democracy depends on Democrats.
In the end, this isn't about party loyalty. It's about political evolution. The electorate is shifting. People want authenticity, respect, and solutions to real-world problems. Slice and dice identity strategies are losing their grip. If Democrats, or any party, ignore that shift, they risk irrelevance. The message is simple: adapt to a changing America, or be left behind by it.